Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Karen Bailey. I'm the founder of Youth Earn and Learn Jobs for Kids and the executive director. Before we get started and being able to share about our findings with the No Kid Hungry study and in cooperation with Norfolk Public Schools Nutrition Services over at Northside Middle School, I would like for our ambassadors who were present those 2 days over at Northside to be able to introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Ellington. I'm 14 years old, and I go to Northside Middle School, and I'm a youth ambassador.
And you did hear right. It's a student at Northside, and we thought that is going to work out just fine, especially with the time that we had to report in. It was great already having him in place. Secondly, we have.
Hi, my name is Hollis. I'm 16 years old, and I'm going to Granby High School, and I'm a youth ambassador and team leader.
Again, just by way of background, with No Kid Hungry and Norfolk Public Schools Nutrition Services, they came in to our summer camp intensive last summer, and they provided training for us so that we would know what it looked like to be able to do person-centered or human-centered design training, to be able to do focus groups, marketing studies, and to have our ambassadors learn that process and be able to work with their own peers. So after the training, we actually did a trial run at Campusella STEM School. It happened to have been on Halloween, which was kind of cool, seeing people in all the different costumes. And then there was training, the trial run at Campusella STEM, and then showtime over at Northside Middle School. And at Northside Middle School, there were 2 days of focus groups. One was for the athletes. Day one was for the athletes. Day two was for the baking club. What would y'all like to share about that experience?
So, Zai, do you mind going first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. So, my experience with the baking club was interesting. You know, it was much smaller than the athletes, like the amount of people there. So it felt like a lot more personal to them. You know, it was like I was teaching them or like helping them learn something. And the stuff that they had, it was pretty unrealistic, I'm not gonna lie, because you know they were a bunch of sixth graders.
Were they all sixth graders in the room?
I think it was like one or two eighth graders.
And what made it unrealistic?
They asked for a lot of fast food, and basically that's it. Like they just asked for fast food, and I feel like we can't just drive over to Chick-fil-A and come back just for lunch. That seems pretty expensive.
Okay.
And ridiculous, actually. They're pretty unhealthy.
Expensive, ridiculous, and unhealthy. Were there any comments they made that you thought could be implemented?
The stuff that they said they wanted to see, I think,
was it a term that they use, like culturally relevant foods? And we learned about the pupasas. I think that's how they pronounce it. And
I think there's like one or two people that had something other than just like fast food. I remember somebody wanting pizza, which we already had, but yeah, it wasn't a lot of diversity. It was like I saw Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Wendy's. Zai, do you remember anything baking club? What they asked for?
Yeah, Chipotle, some Chick-fil-A, some McDonald's, some Taco Bell. They no more fast food stuff.
One of the things that I also recall from the baking club is that they were in support of having, I guess we could call it like food kiosks, different stations in various parts of the building, not just accessible in the cafeteria. It's true. Salad bar. So I think for the baking club, which happened to be day two, some of the big ideas were lots of fast food options, salad bar, food in different stations around the school, and then culturally relevant foods. Do y'all remember what sort of ethnic meals that they asked for?
I saw a lot of soul food. That's mostly what I saw. Soul food, like fried chicken, collard greens, macaroni and cheese. Just a lot of soul food in general. I saw some Spanish food, like I was mentioning, empanadas, tacos, um, s- uh, enchiladas. Yeah.
What about you, Hollis? Anything you want to add?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna say too.
So that's the good rundown, guys, on the baking club, which has to be day 2. What shall we say about day 1 with the athletes?
Uh, well, it was a bigger audience, like bigger like pool to draw from.
Sorry, hold on, guy. I thought we were talking about day one when I was talking about the soul food and the Mexican food. That's what I meant on day one. I don't. Day two, it was just fast food. That's really all I can remember. But day one, there was soul food and Mexican food. That's what I remember.
All right, Hollis, and you were saying?
Yeah, there was a lot bigger pool to draw from, but surprisingly, I saw like the same amount of stuff. Like everyone was asking for the same things. Like it wasn't like a big difference in what they were asking for.
I think the biggest, like the thing that we got the most was chicken. Yeah, fried chicken, baked chicken, chicken sandwiches, chicken waffles. There's a lot of chicken.
And I remember too, like chicken teriyaki, chicken with rice, and those were some of the favorites. So y'all are already doing a good job with that. They really did appreciate the different chicken variations of chicken meals. There was some negatives when it came down to the fried chicken. Something about sometimes it wasn't cooked all the way.
Yeah, sometimes it's undercooked, sometimes it's overcooked. Um, Honestly, yeah, I don't know what the legislators are doing. I think they should get some new ones.
Right. I think like when we were going through like what they already like, it was like the same stuff like pizza, they like chicken, and then the stuff they didn't like, it was like all the vegetables. Uh, what else did they like? Pretty much anything that wasn't chicken. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of the vegetables, we do recall specifically that broccoli was a big dislike. And I love broccoli. I didn't love it at 12 and 13, but I love broccoli now. But what was the reason why they didn't want the broccoli?
It's like
Undercooked.
The broccoli definitely lit up the room. It definitely did. Because on day 1, when we went to the cafeteria, we noticed that there was some sort of odor.
foul stench.
And someone mentioned then that
That's all right.
broccoli. And we know that vegetables, especially with youth learn and learn jobs for kids, we know that vegetables really can emit gases and wreak havoc with your nose. Finding a way to cook the broccoli before it starts to let off those gases and those odors would definitely be smart. Okay, guys, we're going to pause right here.